Hi guys, I'm Bill Holcomb and today I have something a little different for you all. This tutorial will be all about blending color tones in watercolor to add shadow, depth and highlights to your subjects. Here's a list of today's materials and a free sketch is available in the description. I start using a number 5 rounded brush with a fairly decent point to it. The better the point, the easier it will be for you to maintain control. So if number 5 is a little bit too thick for you, go to a smaller one. This is a mixture of light red and a touch of Scarlet Lake, just to give it a little bit more brightness and a deeper tone. So on the bottom section, the part closest to you of the lobster, that's the part that is more in shadow, and the top part will be lighter. So just blend in this mixture of light red and tiny touch of Scarlet Lake. And then on the top section, we're going to have a lighter tone, a mixture of Windsor yellow and yellow ochre, and we're going to run in some of the red mixture into that, so it doesn't jump too much and we achieve a graduated tone from the darker part, the lower section, to the lighter part, the upper section. Lots of wet in wet. Then at that bottom lower section for darker tone, we can add some Windsor blue to our red mixture and drop that in wet in wet. Then for the big claws, same principle. Start with your red mixture. And try to keep as much water as possible on the brush, because it is a small brush, so it will dry quickly. So you want a good amount of water and pigment each time. I would suggest mixing it in a well first, so you've got then consistency of colour throughout the painting. And then you have more control and you can vary the shading as you go along, rather than it being dictated to you. So as you can see, I'm doing lots of wet in wet, achieving variation in tone throughout the painting. Once again, that bottom section of this claw is darker, and the top section will be lighter. So we are varying the tone. And you'll see later on we'll be doing some lifting when the paint is dry enough, which you can dry off with a hairdryer to speed up the process. So we're much advanced now. We've followed those same principles throughout the painting. Like I said, you could use a smaller brush for the myriad of legs if you want to maintain more control. And now, this is a good tip I can give you for lifting. I've got a oil bristle brush, a small one, which I've cut down purposefully, and I'm using that to lift. I put clear water onto that brush, and where I want highlights, the tone, lighter tone, I put some of that water across it with a bristle brush and use a nice soft tissue, one that is however robust enough that it won't break up, to actually lift, as I'm demonstrating right now. This is a great way of achieving highlights to allow you to achieve that variation in tones. And here we have a finished painting, shellfish with the lobster as the star attraction. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.